Okay, guys, for today, I'm combining our bell ringer in with just our video lesson. Today's lesson is just a review of what we done yesterday with adding and subtracting linear expressions. So go ahead and pause your video and solve today's bell ringer of just another practice question of adding and subtracting those linear expressions. Okay, so the first thing you should notice is that you've got socks here. You've actually got it a couple of times in this problem that you need to simplify before you start combining your like terms. So we're going to bring down the 7r. Those are not matching socks, so minus 4r plus 6r. Again, not matching socks, so minus 4. And not matching socks again, so minus 8r. So you're going to combine your like terms, so that's going to be 7r minus 4r plus 6r minus 8r. And then, of course, this negative 4 is just going to be by itself. So don't try to do all of these at once. So let's start with 7r minus 4r. 7r minus 4r would be 3r. And then we can go ahead and do 6 minus 8. So do you have more positive or more negative? You've got more negative. And are we going to add 8 and 6 or subtract 8 and 6? Since the signs in front of those two numbers are different, one's a plus, one's a minus, then we subtract the two. So 8 minus 6 is 2r. And then again, we've still got that negative 4. Now, we've still got like terms here with 3r and 2r. So 3r minus 2r is 1r. And remember, we don't put a 1 in front of the variable. We just put the variable. It's okay at this point if you're still putting that 1r. But you will not see that in any answer choice. And then, of course, we've still got to bring down our 4. And we cannot subtract those two because the 4 does not have an r. However, you need to know that the answer could also be written as negative 4 plus r. So negative 4 plus r or r minus 4 would simplify this expression. So like I said, today we're just going to continue practicing what we've done yesterday. Some of you done really well yesterday, and then some are still struggling. So for today's virtual assignment, I'm just putting out another video for you to look over before you complete a second assessment over adding and subtracting linear expressions. Okay, so go ahead and pause your video. I want you to do that on every set of problems today. So pause your video, work it out just like we would normally do in class, and then I will go over those. That way you can see if you're doing those correctly. Okay, in number 1, we have y and 8y, which are like terms. And then we have 1, 7, and 4 that are like terms. Okay, so remember that in front of that y is really an imaginary 1. So 1y plus 8y would be 9y. Then you're going to combine your other numbers. So then we have 1 plus 7. So this will be 8. And then we still have to add this 4 here. So 8 plus 4 is 12. So we get 9y plus 12. And that can also be written as 12 plus 9y. But we cannot combine those terms because the 12 does not have a y. Okay, in number 2, I told you all yesterday to just bring this first set of parentheses down. Just bring those numbers down. So 2a plus 6. And we talked about how if this is a positive sign, that's a good thing for us. That makes it a little bit easier because we can just bring everything else down as well. Whereas when that's a negative sign, that negative sign has to be distributed. But since we've got a positive sign, we're just going to bring the rest of it on down. So plus 7a plus 2. Okay, so we have 2a plus 7a, which is 9a. And then we have 6 plus 2, which is 8. And that can also be written as 8 plus 9a. Okay, pause your video and do examples 3 and 4. So we always just bring down whatever is in this first set of parentheses. So 8D plus 2. We have a plus sign here, which is a good thing. That means we don't have to distribute a negative. So plus 5D plus 5. Then we're going to combine our like terms. So 8D plus 5D is 13D. And 2 plus 5 is 7. And that can be written as 7 plus 13D. So either one of those answer choices would be correct. In number 4, you do have socks that you need to take care of here first. So that's going to be negative 4R plus 4R. Those are not matching socks, so minus 7, minus 2. Not matching socks again, so minus 2R. So we're going to combine the like terms that have that variable R. So negative 4 plus 4. Okay, do you have more negative or more positive? Well, you have both. Would you add or subtract those 4s? Since one has a negative sign and one has a positive sign, they have different signs. That means we subtract them. So 4 minus 4 is 0, which is why you didn't have more negative or more positive, because you were going to get 0. So these just cancel each other out, giving us 0. But we still have this negative 2R left. Then we need to combine our negative 7 minus 2. Do you have more negative or more negative? You obviously have more negative. And do we add 7 and 2 or subtract 7 and 2? Since they both have the same sign in front of them, then that means we add the 2. So 7 and 2 is 9. We could rewrite this as negative 9. Remember, when you bring that 9 down, you're having to take that sign that's in front of it and then bring down your negative 2R. Pause your video and try 5 and 6. Okay, so you're going to bring down your 3n plus 4. But this time we've got that negative sign there that I said we have to distribute. So the n here inside the parentheses, this n was actually already positive, but now that it's being distributed with a negative, it's going to become negative n. And the 4 was also positive here, but now having a negative distributed to it makes that positive 4 become negative 4. And then we're going to combine our like terms. So 3n minus n. Remember, when there's no number in front of that variable, it's like an imaginary 1 there. So 3n minus 1n would leave 2n. And 4 minus 4 is just 0. So our answer would just be 2n. Okay, in number 6, we're going to bring down our 6z plus 1. And again, we've got this negative sign that has to be distributed. So this negative 7z, having a negative distributed to it, will make it positive 7z. And this positive 4, having a negative distributed to it, will make it negative 4. And then you combine your like terms. So 6z plus 7z is 13z. And 1 minus 4, you need to ask yourself, do you have more positive or more negative? You have more negative. And are we going to add 1 and 4 or subtract 1 and 4? Since they have different signs in front of them, we will subtract them. So 4 minus 1 is 3. That can also be written as negative 3 plus 13z. Pause your video and try examples 7 and 8. Okay, so we're going to bring down that first set there, that first expression that's in parentheses, so negative 9s plus 8. We have a positive sign here, which is good. That just means we can bring everything down. So plus negative 5s plus 4. However, when we bring those down, we end up with SOX right here. So that's really negative 9s plus 8 minus 5s plus 4. So we're going to combine our like terms. So negative 9s and negative 5s. So do you have more negative or more negative? You have more negative. Are you going to add 9 and 5 or subtract 9 and 5? Since they've got the same sign in front of both of them, we add 9 and 5, which is 14. So negative 14s. And then we have positive 8 plus 4. So 8 plus 4 is 12. Or we can write this as 12 minus 14s. In number 8, we're going to bring down our negative 9g plus 6. We do have a negative sign to have to distribute. So this negative 6g was negative. So when we distribute a negative to it, it becomes positive 6g. And this negative 2 will become a positive 2. So we're going to combine negative 9g plus 6. So do you have more negative or more positive? You have more of your negative. And are we going to add 9 and 6 or subtract 9 and 6? Since they've got different signs in front of them, we will subtract them. So 9 minus 6 is 3g. And 6 plus 2 is 8. Or that can be written as 8 minus 3g. Okay, pause your video and complete examples 9 and 10. Okay, we have SOX right here that we need to take care of before we start. So 6v, those are not matching SOX, so minus 4v, minus v, SOX again right here, so minus 2. So our like terms is 6v, 4v, and v. And remember that that negative v is like a negative 1v. So 6 minus 4 would be 2v. And then we've still got to bring down our minus v and our minus 2. So then we'll still have these two that are like terms. So 2v minus v is 2 minus 1, which is 1v. And we just write that with a v. No, we don't put that 1 in front of the variable. And then we bring down our 2. Or that could be written as negative 2 plus v. Okay, in number 10, like we done on Tuesday, we have to distribute this negative 5. So that's going to be negative 5 times 3h. Bring down your plus sign. And then negative 5 multiplied by negative 2. And then your plus 7h. So negative 5 multiplied by positive 3 makes that negative 15h, plus a negative times a negative here is going to make that another positive 10, plus 7h. And of course we've got SOX here, but it doesn't really change anything because it's positive. So it's matching SOX, which keeps it a positive. Okay, so now we're going to combine negative 15h with 7h. So do you have more negative or more positive? You have more negative. And are you going to add or subtract 15 and 7? Since they have different signs in front of them, you will subtract them. So 15 minus 7 is 8h. And then bring down your plus 10. And to write that the other way, we would put 10 minus 8h. Again, today was just a review of what we done yesterday. Again, some of you were doing super good with it yesterday and could have moved on to the next lesson, but I think it was in everyone's best interest to see this for a second day. So go ahead and complete your assessment. Have a good day, guys.